Hey, beautiful souls, beautiful sunshine here with the R Holistic Healer, aka Sonia B. I am back with another prophetic message. I received this one actually yesterday on the, actually no, I received this on the 23rd, excuse me. I had to wait for confirmation before I actually put it out because I was just trying to make sure I totally understood it, but now I had received pretty much confirmation anyway. And I'm also going to combine the 23rd along with today's message as well too that I received this morning. Anyway, so with all that being said, I want to say for those of you who are new to my channel, I just want to say welcome, and for those of you who are returning back, I want to say welcome back. Keep in mind that these energies could be happening right now, or if it's not happening right now, or some of you could have already experienced it. And if it's not happening right now for you, that does not mean that it cannot possibly happen in the near future. It could be a couple of days from now, a couple of weeks from now, 3 months from now, 6 months from now. So keep that in mind too. It just depends on your location on the planet. That plays a big part. Okay, so anyway, with all that being said, let's get right into the message. This message I have. Okay, so this one came as if, I'm sorry, this is not the 23rd, excuse me. This is the 24th. Is today 25th? I believe so. Okay. Yeah, so the 24th and the 25th, I'm going to combine them together. So anyway, this one. Okay, so this one came in a form, thank you. And I really just kind of got revelation prior to me posting this video because I actually read over my notes and tried to figure out, trying to remember what came up on the 24th. But anyway, so I just want you guys to know, keep this in mind. Some of you guys could be experiencing a situation. This could be a situation of spiritually, or it could be a situation of just, in person, to where it's like, I want to kind of say somebody who is not for your highest good. It's almost like they kind of persuade you, persuading you away from, because it came in a form as if I was standing outside my home, and it came in a form as if the next door neighbor, her son next door, not the one who I've really been having problems with, but the one I just realized that was just kind of like a little settled with theirs anyway. So it came in a form as if her son had said something to me, and he was trying to get me to kind of like go with him somewhere. In other words, kind of like walk across the street. So I kind of felt like the feeling like I was about to go and walk with him across the street. And it's like, lo and behold, now see, I wouldn't have done it in my walk of life. And I know why, because of just other dreams that I had received in regards to that message of just knowing that not only did I have hidden enemies to the left of me, but I also had settled type hidden enemies to the right of me as well too, meaning like they're not out with theirs like the other one was. But anyway, they try to do theirs more in a settled type way. But anyway, so I wouldn't have went with them. So I know this message is for someone. So with that being said, he was saying something to me and was trying to get me to go with him somewhere like across the street, or to go somewhere, because it was dark time. So keep this in mind. Thank you, Spirit. Just brought it to my attention. So this may be happening to someone. Be mindful of someone trying to get you to go somewhere, or it seems like what I'm hearing Spirit say, or it seems like they only want to pretty much get you alone by yourself when it's nighttime. Be mindful of that. But anyway, so it just so happened that my daughter was standing in between the doorway, and she was like, "Mom." And I kind of looked back and I saw somebody else was standing in between the doorway, and it was actually her dad. And he was standing outside, and he was giving her something as if he was coming over to bring something, like bring a gift or something like that. So in other words, instead of me going off with him, the neighbor across the street where he was trying to get me to go, I came back to the house because she called my name, because again, her dad had showed up at the house. And basically it drew me back to the house. So I can't really say what his intentions were, but again, this is not somebody I probably would have this is not somebody I would have went with or gone with, even in my walk of life. So again, this message is for someone. So just heed the warning. Somebody's going to find themselves dealing with a situation to where somebody's going to show up and and I'm hearing Spirit say take it both ways too, because just because I said it came in a form as a male trying to get me to go with him. It could be also a female too, so keep that in mind too. So take it how it resonates. But anyway, so I came back to the house and I walked into the house, and her dad had came into the house, and we was just kind of all talking and so on and so on. But nevertheless, that wasn't the real point, or really what kind of happened behind closed doors, because basically her dad had ended up bringing a gift over. But if he had not have showed up when he showed up, it's like in the dream I would have kind of went off with this individual. So I say all that to say, obviously he showed up. That was God's source spirit intervening and saving you from a situation, for whatever that situation may be. I can't really say what it is, because I can't say that the person's intentions unless God had showed it to me. But in this instance, I don't know their intentions. So I think in this case, with you hearing this message, you were just meant to pay attention to your gut feeling and pay attention to your intuition, is what I'm hearing. So whoever that message is for, hopefully you'll heed the warning. Anyway, so the next message that I received was, give me a second, y'all. Okay, that was that one. And this dream was, I got the feeling like this one showed up in a sense of like, there's some people who are feeling like they're, what was the word? They're feeling like they're confined, is what I was kind of getting, because this showed up in this is another dream, part 2 of the dream. Well, not part 2, the second dream. So this one showed up as if some people are actually feeling like they're looking outside. Excuse me. I don't know why that always happens when I get on camera. Feeling like they're kind of looking out. There was 2 people kind of looking outside the front door, but I feel like it was 3 people in a sense, but 2 people's faces really came through, and it was so clearly. It came in a form as if it was my sister and my niece, and I feel like it was somebody else. I can't figure out who it was. But anyway, with all that being said, they were behind closed doors. I was outside. They was inside, like they didn't want to come outside, and they was just watching me outside. And you know, I remember in the dream, my niece was kind of going like this, you know, in a sense. And I was just like, okay, why is she making those faces or whatever? So I say all that to say, some of you may be feeling like you're suppressed, like with them standing at the front door and not coming outside the door to engage, have a conversation, you know, because like I said, I was on the other side of the door. It was just letting me know that some of you guys are going through some, and this has been going on for some time now, are going through some emotions, some feelings that are coming up to the surface to be dealt with. And some of you guys are feeling like there's something that's buried deep down inside. I did a video. Remember the video that I did where I said I felt like I really wanted to cry, but I was raking up tears, like I was really trying to get them to come to the surface? That's what that is. That's suppressed emotions and feeling that some of you guys have been holding, you know, deep down inside. And not necessarily, some of you not wanting to confront those feelings, and some of you, those feelings are just kind of coming up and you just kind of go with the flow of what's coming up, is what I'm getting. And yeah, and some of you guys are worried about some things, that are just taking place in your life. And nevertheless, God's source spirits basically, you guys are needing to change your attitude and decisions about, change your attitude and your decisions about, I guess, how you look at certain situations, is what I'm getting. Like needing to change your attitude, needing to change, thank you, Spirit, needing to change your attitude, or needing to change your decision of how you're choosing to act or respond in certain situations. So for whoever that's for. What else did we have here? Okay, thank you, Spirit. And then this other one was, this one came through. This one came through like there was somebody who was about to give birth. They wasn't about to give birth in a dream, but they was getting close to their birth time, or should I say their time to give birth, should I say. So in other words, their last trimester. So apparently somebody was crossing T's and dotting I's. My hand's so hot. So apparently people are crossing T's and dotting I's. I'm not I take it, thank you, Spirit. I take it that this person that they're dealing with, this may be pertaining to like a birthing doula, or if you're not a birthing doula who's watching this, this is pertaining to a client who hired a birthing doula. Well, somebody had inquired and asked if you wanted to have an amethyst at your birth. So if this has happened, I'm not sure if this has happened yet, or hopefully this message will reach whoever it needs to reach. But what I had gotten was a birthing doula had asked a client if they wanted to have an amethyst in the birthing room. The client was like, "No, I don't want an amethyst in the birthing room." So that was their response. But I just want to let you know that I know the emotions, because I kind of got like their emotions was up high. So thank you, Spirit. Their emotions were kind of like a little out of whack, or a little ungrounded. And who wouldn't actually really be grounded? You got to be a pro to be grounded during like your last trimester, especially if you're feeling like the Braxton Hicks contractions, and depending on what the stage of pre-labor that you may be in, or whatever the case may be. But anyway, so if you are someone who are expecting, and maybe you either have a birthing doula, and even if you don't have a birthing doula, I just wanted to basically let you know that this showed up in the form of somebody asking if you wanted to have an amethyst in your birthing. Well, having an amethyst in your birthing experience is very beneficial. And the reason why I say that is because amethysts, they absorb negative energy, and it creates an atmosphere of peace, tranquility, and serenity. And not only that, but it helps to bring in spiritual alignment. So and I'm not talking about a fake amethyst is what I'm hearing Spirit saying, but a real amethyst. So, a real amethyst is going to kind of cost you some money or whatever, just depending on how big it is. So with that being said, in case somebody is wondering or inquiring about that, or yes, try an amethyst. It's very beneficial during labor time. So I wanted to get that message to whoever that message was for. Hopefully they will get this message before they give birth. But anywho, and I wish you much luck on your birthing journey. And then so this next one was okay, this one was for today. So I saw it came in the form of, there was this really steep hill in a dream, really steep. So I remember telling like my sister in the dream, I was like, yeah, I said this, I was like, because she was looking at the hill. She didn't really complain about it too much, but I kind of got the fact of her kind of complaining, like telepathically. I knew what she was thinking. So I told her in the dream, I said, yeah, we can, because we was exercising. I said, yeah, we can just go up the hill, and then once we go up the hill, we could just come back down the hill. We didn't have to go up the hill and go see what's over on the other side, because I knew the hill was long, and that alone was going to take a lot of energy to get up. So I told her once we got up the hill, we can come back down if we want. So we made our way up the hill. We saw a lady and her two kids cross our path or cross the street. We was on one side of the street. A lady had kind of crossed over, like a kind of like a rooster running across the street. Not saying she was running across the street, but her and her kids were crossing the street in the process. And I didn't see anybody else in this road, but it was them at one point and then us going up the hill. I did see several cars coming down this hill, but once we made it up to the top of the hill, interesting thing had happened, because it kind of switched scenes. And as it switched scenes to us walking like into this diner parlor, like a diner. And in this diner, which was so interesting, because it's like it was nothing but like brown people in there, nothing but brown people in there. And I was just like, whoa. And the first thing I said to myself, because I felt like I was in like I kind of felt like I was in another state maybe, But at the same time, it's like once we walked into the diner and I was looking around and I was, you know how they have like stools at a diner at the counter, and then you also have booths. So that's what it was when we walked in there. So I went and sat on one of the stools, but I turned my back up against the bar and I was just looking at the people who were kind of walking in and the people who were already there. I was like, wow. I said, there's so many, it was so many brown people in there, nothing but brown people in there. So I was like interested. And the first thing I remember saying was, I didn't know that there was so many brown people in this area, is what I said. But the interesting thing about that was, for me, what that was represented when we walked into the diner, usually there's food being served in a diner, and usually food is like food for the soul. So I say all that to say, thank you, Spirit. I say all that to say that it's like God was letting me know that, you know, by you doing the necessary work that you need to do and letting go of the people that you need to let go of, you're going to have the right people that come into your life. And don't necessarily take this as just being, you know, just all brown people. It was just, you know, just letting me know it's going to be, you're going to be where you need to be. You're going to be where you need to be. You're going to get what you need to get. And it's going to be people that's going to be like-minded like you. And what I'm also hearing Spirit say is almost like too, like it was like your soul tribe. That's what I keep hearing. Anyway, so, and take that how it resonate, because this could resonate just with so many different race of people, but maybe, you know, coming in the form that you just see only your group of people in a sense. I know that sound like it's kind of going backwards in history, should I say, where everything was kind of segregated or whatever the case may be. But I say all that to say, I'm just saying how it showed up in my dream anyway. But yeah, anyway, so it skipped from that scene and it skipped to, and make no mistake, the hill. I didn't get to the hill part. So the hill was basically a representation of different let's say trials, tribulations, because Lord knows the spiritual journey has been about that. Trials, tribulation, blockages, you know, people being in your way, obstacles being in your way, but you will find yourself eventually making it to the top. In other words, if you just keep hope, stay in faith, and just know that, you know, you'll get where you need to go. You know, although there may be difficulties along the way, but you will get there. Anyway, and then so it switched scenes again. And so these other two scenes that it switched to, one, it showed up as if, like, you know how on the school bus that the bus driver takes and he pushed that things open to open up the door? Well, I saw somebody's hand on the door, like they was keeping somebody from coming in. So I'm not sure if this is somebody, because it seemed like a male hand. It seemed like it was a representation of keeping somebody out. So either God is keeping certain people out of your life and closing the doors on them, or it's a situation of some of you guys are keeping people out of your life because you realize that they no longer serving your sole purpose. And then it switched from that scene, and it also switched to another scene. It was just doing a lot of switching. Anyway, so this other scene was like, there was this door that was open, but you know how like it's kind of hard to describe. Anyway, so let's just imagine that a door is open, like let's say a bedroom door is open. Well, the bedroom door was open, but I kind of got a feeling like somebody took like it kind of looked just like, it was shaped just like this, and put it right by the front door to keep, you know, like right by the front door of the entrance of the door to keep somebody from coming in. So that was, again, there was two incidents where somebody was being blocked. So again, as I said, either you guys are blocking somebody, or God's or Spirit is blocking people from out of your life, or whatever the case may be. And yeah, so there's a lot of blocking going on right now, you know, whether you're doing the blocking or God's doing the blocking. So keep that in mind too. And just keep in mind that if you're trying to make relationships work that are no longer serving you, I believe that's the reason why God is doing the blocking, because some of you guys don't get the hint or get the message of it's time to stand alone, is what I'm hearing. It's time to stand alone and stand in your own energy and not anyone else's energy, because I find out when you are constantly dependent on other people to be in your energetic field, it's almost like you're giving your power away to them. So when you're able to stand alone, it's allowing you to stand in your own energy as well as your own power, because now you have no one else to confide in but God, source, spirit, and make decisions on your own. That way you have no way at all of accusing or blaming somebody else for your decision making. Okay, I'm just giving it to you how it's being given to me. So let's move on. And then the last part, thank you, Spirit. And then the last part of this dream, it was so interesting because I got the feeling like God, source, spirit is coming through here. And what had came up for this too, because I was like, God, how am I supposed to deliver that? It jumped here, it jumped there. I'm confused. Like, and I had to just kind of sit still, get revelation. And I was told to go ahead and do the video. I was going to give you the messages along the way of the video. So thank you, Spirit. Anyway, so with that being said, this last part of the dream came in a sense as if I went to, like, me and my sister was visiting my aunt's house. And for some particular reason, my aunt's house was, I felt like we was there at her house, but then I felt like there was something that I had kind of, I'm not sure if I didn't break it, but I was trying to make it look like it wasn't broken, should I say. Thank you, Spirit. Just got revelation. I was trying to fix it to make it look like it wasn't broken because something was missing a piece. So I tried to peel back a piece, to tear off a piece, to make it look like it was even, make it look like, you know, it was made like that. But what God, source, spirit was just telling me that some of you guys have been trying to make things fit. You've been trying to make things work. You've been trying to fit pieces into the puzzle board that doesn't even belong there. You've been trying to, you know, make situations, make relationships, whether it's jobs. What I'm hearing is jobs. What I'm hearing is friendships, you know, co-workers, people who do not serve your sole purpose. You've been trying to make those things fit, and they weren't meant to fit. And things that are not meant to fit, they're not meant to be in your life, because they're obviously, sometimes we all know that, well, some of you don't know, but sometimes people will come into our life for a quick minute, for a reason, for a season, you know, just for you to learn whatever lessons it is that you were supposed to learn, or clear up any karmic debt that you might have had with that person somehow, in some way, shape, or form. Oh, excuse me. I had watermelon for lunch, y'all. Yes, I'll be the first to say I like watermelon. I have no problem at all with saying that. I don't even know why I'm saying it, because I know me and my kids I'm sorry, I'm switching subject. Me and my kids always talking about how sometimes people of color don't like eating watermelon around certain groups of people. Well, I've never had that problem. And I'm not saying it, you know, to make anybody else feel bad, because if they have felt bad, but don't allow somebody to make you feel shameful of who you are and what you like to eat. And just eat it, you know, because that very same people who try to shame you for what you eat, they also eating it too. So what sense does that make? So yes, if I was still eating chicken, I'll be more than happy to say I love eating watermelon and chicken, but chicken is my friend, so I'm no longer eating chicken. But anyway, I tear the hell up out of a watermelon. But anyway, yeah, don't ever let somebody make you feel shameful. I don't even know where I'm going with this. I guess Spirit has me doing this. But anyway, I'm going to go with the flow. So yes, don't ever let somebody make you feel shameful for who you are or what decisions that you make that are best for you, because we know that there have been people that have shamed so many people of color because of their thick lips, and because of other things, thickness, thighs, hips, butt, whatever the case may be. But I say all that to say those very same people who have shamed people for the way that they look are the very same people who are out here trying to mimic exactly how that same person who they are giving a hard time to, they're trying to mimic how they're looking. So again, please, we got to stop all the love and embrace who you are. Love and embrace who God was meaning for you to be. You know, that's the way how you take back your power. You want to eat watermelon? Eat watermelon. Eat watermelon on the job. Eat a whole bowl of watermelon. I'm not gonna say nothing about the chicken, because like I said, chicken is my friend, but I'm not saying that chicken, you know, I know some of you guys eat chicken or whatever, so do what you will. But I'm just saying, again, don't ever let somebody shame you for what you're eating. So with that being said, let me go ahead and wrap this up. But yes, so like I said, I've just noticing the blocks that's going on, and Oh, thank you, Spirit. And also, too, like this song kept playing, Tremaine Hawkins' song. I'll put it in the description box below. Tremaine Hawkins' song. And it basically, just to kind of go through it real quick, and I'm going to wrap this up, is just basically talking about, oh, I didn't finish this part. Sorry. Let me finish this before I forget. Okay. Let me finish. I didn't finish the dream. So the last part of the dream was, I got sidetracked by the wall a minute. The last part of the dream was if me and my sister was at my aunt's house, and like I said, I was trying to make something fit to make it seem like it wasn't broken. So I said you guys were, trying to make things fit. So with all that being said, God's source spirit, excuse me. God's source spirit is basically having your life to be turned upside down, and you are going through all these trials, tribulations, traumas, and traumatic experiences. For some, I'm hearing it may be traumatic. For others, is just like being turned upside down. Imagine having a skate in the skates are breaking apart. The wheels are coming off the skates, because I actually had a prophetic message on that one some time ago, but I think that message is over on Patreon, where somebody was putting on skates and the skates were breaking down, the wheels were falling off, and the shoe was tearing. So that's how some of you guys are experiencing life right now. Stuff is just breaking up, and the reason why it's breaking up is what God's source spirit was telling me, was because things have to be broken down in order to be rebuilt back up. So keep that in mind too. Like, he's going to leave some debris behind, in other words, but it's going to be up to you to have to kind of clean things back up, like clean your house in order. Because that's what I saw too. It's like my aunt was looking, like after me and my sister was leaving, like her house wasn't a mess, but it was like little stuff here and little stuff on the floor. And she said to herself, now I got to clean my house again. So in other words, again, all of the breakdown is happening because God's source spirit wants you to clear out and clean any clutter, debris, anything that no longer serves you, so that way you can clean house. And the house represents you as in person, the inside of you, cleaning out whatever no longer serves you. So anyway, y'all, real quick, I think I got a few minutes. So the song of Tremaine Hawkins was some of the questions. So these are some questions that you guys can ask yourself. What shall I do? If you already haven't been asking, this song's been playing in my ear for the last 3 days. What steps should I take? Those are things you can ask God, and you will get an answer if you just hold on and be patient. What moves should I make? And some of you, I'm hearing, is already know the moves, and some of you don't, because you're afraid to move, because you're afraid of what choices that you might end up making, because you have had obstacles along your way with making the wrong choices all this time. And just know that there are no wrong choices, is what I'm hearing Spirit say. It's just that sometimes we make a turn and it doesn't serve us, and it doesn't seem like the right choice. But let's just say any right turns that you may have made, they all lead you right back to the left turn. As they say, when in doubt, go left or whatever, not right or whatever. So anyway, it'll bring you back to where you need to be. So, and then it was saying, what move should I make? Oh Lord, I'm going to wait for an answer for you. So I know some of you are probably doing that, because that song has really been playing heavy. I have nothing to lose. I was talking to my daughter about this, and my son. I was like, well, what else could I lose? I done lost pretty much everything. My life was turned upside down, or whatever the case may be. So, just making choices and decisions right now. I'm like, what else do I got to lose? So keep that in mind too. And just know one other thing too, that some of you are going to start realizing that you can't live your life without, let me see. Some of you are going to start realizing that you're not going to be able to live your life. Once you start worshiping God, you're going to start realizing that you can't live your life without worshiping Him. You're going to realize why you worship Him, okay? Because you're going to see the benefits of worshiping Him. And you're going to realize that being by yourself and depending on yourself only, that's going to lead to faulty decisions, is what I'm hearing. But trusting God is going to have, you're definitely going to have that eternal peace. So another part in the song was, oh Lord, please give me the strength that I need so that I can possess eternal peace. Peace is definitely what it is. And if you want that eternal peace, seeking God is, I'm not telling you guys what to do. I'm just telling you that has been my story. Me just worshiping God, me giving God the glory has worked for me. It has been very beneficial. But anyway, so just know that when you do make those moves and you do take steps, just know that there are blessings that come with that. And don't just make the moves just to get the blessings, because God knows the sincerity of your heart. He knows and sees everything. So anyway, with all that being said, I'm going to end it here because my phone's about to shut off. But I wish you all much love, much light. Until the next prophetic message, I say peace and blessings. Bye.